Meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Antonio Sabato Jr. is our guest tonight.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
And how dare you let the show interrupt our discussion?
I know.
How dare you?
We were talking about earthquakes and how I read a report today that said a big one is going to hit Southern California area somewhere between now and like September 5th or something. So it's really like just 4 months.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So all you folks that were planning on moving out to Southern Cal, be prepared.
That's as opposed to the 400 other 4-month intervals they predicted over the last 5 years.
Well, they evidently were on the last time they did
really?
this.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like I said, be prepared. And like I said, all you folks, we got people listening. They're in Utah. They're in Texas. Another Texas place called Burbank. Not sure where that is. I think the Louisiana area. Think twice before you head out to Southern California.
Yeah, please.
We got the sun. We got the babes. We also have the wrath of God.
Punishment for living here.
Yeah, and if you think about it, the earth shaking, I mean, you can talk tornadoes. You can talk locusts, but shaking of the earth is really
What did Zeus do when he got mad?
He shook the San Fernando Valley.
He takes some kind of lightning bolt and throw it at the ground and make the whole thing shake.
That's right. And let me tell you something about earthquake. It doesn't know what religion you are. It doesn't know what color you are. It only knows if you're Korean, and then it goes after you. That's what my grandparents always told me, so I felt better.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we? Big earthquake hitting.
Now, that's always a sort of a nefarious prediction, though, because is it going to be in Santa Barbara, in San Diego? Where are we?
Yeah, and also there's 700,000 miles of fault between here
That's
and
the question.
Oregon.
Is it going to be in Riverside or is it going to be in Burbank?
Well, this one, I think that, we're going to be in the ocean somehow. The California is going to be a part of, Hawaii.
That'd be nice.
Which it wouldn't be a bad idea. So since I live on the beach, then I'm looking forward to that. So maybe I'll just open the house and I'll be right on the beaches of Maui.
Just get your board out.
It'd be great if it broke off in just such a way where your house became some sort of land bridge passage where you could charge incredible amounts of money for people and trucks to actually go by your lawn. Like you had just put one of those lift gates they had in Hogan's Heroes.
We're getting too crazy now.
All right. Antonio's here plugging a little project called The Help, which airs Fridays at 9:30 on the WB. And season finale airs this Friday, April 16th. That's this Friday. Yeah?
Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah, you play a self-absorbed fitness trainer. Still look good in your underpants, huh?
Yeah, I try to do the best I can what I have,
Yeah, I mean, you stay in shape. Antonio, probably most famous for his underpants ads, amongst other things. But and it's not a bad thing to be famous for.
No, I got a lot of them for free, which I was really happy about.
Hey,
you need underpants, man.
The Calvin Klein stuff adds up too. It's like $18, $20 for the midways.
Yeah,
you get those long ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing about the underpants: you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to get the Chub Pack. The ones had like 37 in there, and they're like $11. And you
little red, white, and blue stripe down the elastic.
yeah. Well, the white was just the white of the elastic.
Yeah.
I think they had the red. Yeah, that was
a little blue stripe, tiny little pinstripe. Around your waist.
Yeah, that was always nice. But I'll tell you, everyone, do yourself a favor. Get the Midway ones, huh?
The Midways,
the boxer briefs.
Yeah. And you know what? When you go out and buy socks, get the nappy ones.
Yeah.
You get the ones that got some cush to them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gold toe ones are nice, but don't get the little skimpy ones.
Yeah,
yes?
They won't last you long.
Yes. All right. So, WB, The Help, this Friday. That's tomorrow night, by the way, 9:30.
Yeah.
Watch Antonio on that. Anything else? Any other projects? Any other stuff? Any books?
No, but I had a book come out a few years ago called No Excuses. Kind of
workout book?
A workout book. Kind of, express my feelings about what's working out turned out to be. And then later, in the last 10 years or so about, just the people want to take the perfect pill, want to have the perfect machine, all that stuff, But
And
truth of the matter, you got to just go in and do something for yourself. Go running, go do whatever. But
What do you think about all this Atkins stuff? And McDonald's is coming out with a low-calorie menu and all this. I guess, and I think this is what you're saying, which is there be a certain amount of sacrifice involved with getting into shape. I mean, if you ain't ready
Like
to put up
anything
with just a
else,
little bit of pain, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like working out. I hate it. I hate going to gyms, but I got to do it. I got to be outside, or I got to do some sort of sports or something. And I got to be active for my kids and to be healthy. But there's always going to be some catch, out there. Low calories, fat free, all that stuff. But there's nothing such thing as fat free.
Well, think about the remember the big wave with this Alestra and all these fat free and all this stuff about 3 or 4 years ago.
And people died. People got hurt.
Not only that, they had like a projectile diarrhea and
that's the worst.
Nobody's lost an ounce.
Yeah,
and
here's the
it
deal.
didn't do anything.
Right. First of all, there are essential fatty acids that you've got to take. Number one, and number two. Fat satiates appetite. This fat, it turns out, can help you in a diet.
You can
certain
eat
amounts
an
of it.
entire jumbo family sack of those no-calorie, no-fat Funyuns.
And be hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And here's the deal, though. There's the real the sort of problem that's not been cracked is the question of motivational systems and how people get momentum with eating and how do you break that momentum and how do you get people willing to go through the misery of sort of detoxing from compulsive carbohydrate or heavy calorie intake.
All right, so this is an interesting thing, and then we go right to the phones, which is we've been focusing almost completely on the food when we should not be focusing on the snack wells. I mean, let's face it, if you got an eating problem or you're overweight or you're whatever, them coming out with low-calorie Hydrox cookies is not going to solve anything for you.
See, the thing is, if you're not sweating, your body's not going to lose any weight. So no matter how much you take or fat-free stuff or pills or whatever you're going to take that's literally all bad for you at the end of the day. But besides that, if you're going to take all this stuff and you're not sweating, you're not losing any weight. And if you're eating and not sweating, even if you eat 1 bar a day, you're still not going to lose any weight. But so you got to do something to lose that weight.
You start smoking the crack, you start sweating.
Do whatever.
Speed too, big sweat.
Speed'll sweat you out.
Yeah.
All right.
But
it really, if you think about it, and then we're getting to these phone calls.
Please.
But if you think about it, back in the 40s and the 50s, they had all these gadgets that we all laugh at now. These boxes that sweat you, these belts that shake your ass. We look back on it now.
Remember the sweatpants?
Yeah, the plastic ones. We look back on it and we go, ho, what were we thinking? But 30 years, 40 years from now, when they look at the, potato chips with no fat and the low cholesterol,
what's in it? If there's
cookies
no fat, what is
and
it?
all this kind of stuff, they're going to be getting a pretty good laugh, too, considering when they look at the chart next to it and they see how much weight we're all putting on.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal. Throw everything out the window. Start eating a little less. Start sweating. You'll be fine.
And prepare to be miserable for a little while.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but turn that into a kind of a satisfaction.
Well, that's an interesting
Not
one.
everything that makes you feel good feels good.
But
yes,
exactly.
Drew.
That is
genius,
true.
genius, I
Hold
tell
on,
you.
did you hear that? Let me say it
you're
again.
wild man.
Let me
You're
say it
wild
again.
man.
Did you hear that? Let me say it again.
I'm listening.
I can't remember what it was. Something about the earthquake, right?
Just don't drop trout.
Okay.
Don't do it.
I'll do it. I'll drop trout. All right, go ahead, Drew. What were you saying?
I forget.
Okay, that's
Let's go to
good.
calls.
That's good. And Drew, if you do remember it, don't say anything.
Don't worry.
That'll be enough. Amanda,
Hi.
you're 16?
Yeah, how are you?
Good.
Good. I took the birth control pill on Saturday, and then the next one on Sunday morning. And then about probably Monday and Tuesday, I was getting really nauseated.
You started a packet of which pill? Which pill?
I don't know. I got it from Planned Parenthood. It just said, Plan B on it.
But you took the morning after pill.
Yeah, the morning after pill, yeah.
Okay, all right. Good
And
for you. Congratulations, by the way, for being evolved and wise.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And?
I took it probably just a little bit over 24 hours after having sex.
Great.
So
it will work.
Yeah, well, I got my period today, and I'm not supposed to get my period for about 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. Is that normal?
That's fine. It'll screw up your period a little bit for a couple months, possibly.
Okay.
Very commonly. So just don't worry about that. Did you throw up at all after taking the second dose?
No, I didn't.
Great. You're fine.
Okay.
Don't sweat it. You may have kind of weird periods for about 6 weeks or so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was just wondering about that.
Good times.
All right. Yeah. Let's talk to Ashley, who's 20. Ashley,
Hi there.
what's happening?
It's a long story. I've got a boyfriend that I've been seeing for on and off for about 4 years now. And I started dating him my junior year of high school. And then the summer going into it was our senior year. We were in our senior year. And he had dropped out.
How was your senior year? Tough year?
Yeah, it was a very tough year. But
Weather okay that year?
Who'd you have for homeroom?
I didn't have homeroom.
No
We
homeroom.
No, we didn't have that kind of stuff here.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
Here. Where's here?
Texas.
Put it on hold for a second.
They don't have home. Texas,
gonna talk to her for a
Texas,
moment.
medium-sized, small to medium-sized
Small.
state.
Okay.
They lack a lot of things.
They don't have homeroom.
No, we don't have homeroom. We have like block scheduling where you only have like 4 classes a day, and no, we.
Adam, hang on, I got to
All
talk to you. You know how we talk about how people can't understand when we're talking to them?
Yeah.
They also don't understand how to ask a question.
Yes.
They have no sense of what's important and not important,
Well.
what we need to know or not need to know.
Yeah.
I think in general, a good rule of thumb for our college is no more than 3 sentences.
Yes.
And
Okay.
within those 3 sentences, we should understand the question.
And one of those senses should be
hi, I love your
praise.
show. I love your
yeah,
show, yeah.
Colossal praise.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam.
You're the greatest.
I saw you at the market.
Well, that's 2, though.
TV doesn't do
Well, that's
justice
3
to you.
right
I mean,
there.
really, you're a
it's
good-looking
4.
kid.
Oh, 5. Wow. The guy's
Well,
done.
If the
The
guy
praise doesn't count, I
Well,
guess.
he's on a roll. You're on a roll.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to cut you off. See
Fair enough.
what I'm saying?
Good
All right.
times.
Let's
Antonio
get back to,
Sabato Jr. Here we go.
Yes.
Yeah. But what's the question anyway?
She didn't ask a question.
she
That's
didn't
the point.
Okay.
Hey, Ashley, just
Okay, my question is
Yeah.
I'm wondering if like the relationship that I'm in now is worth staying in.
the one currently.
Well, do you love the guy
Right.
or not?
Yeah, I love the guy. That's not the question at all. I mean, I'm
What do you
totally.
mean is not the question. If you love the man,
Well, he may be a heroin addict who's physically
oh well.
abusive or something.
But
So
if you love him, you got to see if it's
I
worth it.
found out through like friends, not even through friends, through the internet actually, because he had a web page my senior year that like had all of this gay stuff on it. So I confronted him on it. We're still dating, and he's like, "Well, yeah, I think I might be gay."
Oh, wait, hold on. You
So
think he's gay?
No, he said he's gay. He
Oh,
told
he
her.
said he's gay.
Right. Well, then he comes back to me this last year, and he's like, "I love you. Everything's great.
How long you
You're
been
the only
with him
person." Well, before then, I'd been with him for a little over a year.
All right,
And
for?
now-
You don't know if he's gay or not?
Ashley, let's get right to it. Was he a sexual abuse survivor?
Yes.
Yes, he was sexually abused.
Yes.
So he was an abuse victim.
Right. We
he
both
is-
were.
Okay,
So.
so you were sexually abused. He was sexually abused.
Right.
Did you have any ambivalence about your sexual orientation because of that?
Yeah.
You. So you understand
Me?
what that does. You.
Right.
You understand that it can kind of mess with your boundaries and mess with your sense of yourself.
Oh,
as a sexual
definitely.
being. All right. In his case, it has really caused more serious confusion than in yours.
Yes.
And
Right.
although, from your standpoint, it's like, well, I was abused, therefore he should sort of have the same kind of emotional life as me. No, he may be much more seriously disturbed than you.
Yeah. I wonder if sexual abuse tweaks guys more than women. I think
When
it
it's
does.
by a guy and
Ooh. Well, if it's not a dude, it's not sexual abuse. I mean, come on, Drew. Use your brain. I don't care if you got a 28-year-old babysitter going at it with a 4-year-old boy.
then it's not.
That is a gift.
I see.
Do you
a gift from
understand?
God. Yes, I beg your pardon.
That is
I-
manna.
I stand corrected.
Manna from the
Be
apartment.
that as
above-
it may, we are
above you.
talking about a male who's actually
Well,
by
was
a male.
this is a male that sexually abused him?
Yes, sir.
Let's face it, the sexual abusing is not done by females. I mean, we always go, whoa, when that happens by a female, it's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
whether it's being done to a female or a male, it's done by a male.
Right. Yeah, dudes are the only ones who think it's a good idea to sexually approach 7-year-olds. That's almost exclusively a guy's idea. God bless us. You know what I mean?
They're
It's
very
really-
evolved beings. Men
Yeah,
are
it's-
male.
there's only 42-year-old guys, males, think it's a great idea to take a role with a 6 or 7-year-old. That's exclusively
Yeah,
a guy
because guys
idea.
are pretty
So,
sick.
yeah.
Ashley, here's the
They're
deal.
a mess.
They're a
If
mess.
you want to hang in with this, maybe get him some treatment, make sure he's in treatment, and get him to sort of clarify, declare a major, as it were. But even then, you're in for a very tumultuous ride
Yeah.
here, I suspect.
Ashley,
Yeah.
this is going to be trouble. Sorry.
Yeah.
Lots of confusion, lots of acting
Lots
out.
of chaos.
You should
Is he a
probably-
drug addict too?
Oh, no.
No drugs. That's good. All
All
right.
right. I think you ought to just cut bait with this one.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I don't think you're up for it.
Really?
Well, have you talked to him about it? Have you guys
Well,
had
I mean, we
conversations?
we stayed friends the whole time. I mean, I went through hell my senior year because everyone found out he was gay and everything like that. And, you know, it was just hell. It was pure hell. And,
Well, Ashley,
and
we don't even know that he is gay. We just know that he's confused and he's chaotic.
oh, no, he went out and did his gay thing for 2 years. And then he came back to me and was like, I love you, you know.
Yes.
Like
I
I,
don't-
said, I don't know what he is.
All right.
Nah,
I
you
don't
should
think
move
he is.
on.
Yeah.
There's other things in life.
I'd go out, clear my head, get some AIDS. Now I'm back. All right. Ashley, come on. You
Right.
got abused, and that's why you're putting up with this crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deserve better than
I'm
that.
sorry. I don't want to punish him, but I'm just trying to be realistic. It's
Mm-hmm.
like some house that you don't have the tools to repair.
Yeah,
Right.
she's too young to go through this.
And
stuff,
and
you know?
it's like saying, look, the house shouldn't be burnt down, but some couple that has some resources, some tools, and some time should
Let
come
them
in
in, yeah.
and lovingly
Older-
restore it.
older couple.
Older
Yeah.
couple.
Yeah.
Older lesbian couple.
Fine.
Yeah, I know.
Perfect.
You know, I watch all those home improvement shows.
Yeah.
And 3/4, whenever a couple gets together and wants to fix up a house, it's always a gay couple. It's always the guys or it's the ladies, and it's always weird how they introduce them. They're always like, in 1977, this colonial Hartford house was purchased by Marge Schatzenberger and her friend Gail. It's always like, huh? Her friend. It's always a second, like, what are these two buddies? Go, yeah. Then you see your friend sitting there with the big crocheted belt, the short cropped hair, and you're like, oh, I see. And then they start talking. You know, Gail immediately went to the underpinning, got a 3/4 ton bottle jack, and started just jacking up floor joists. It was elbow over there. Boy, I'll tell you, the mud was flying. She was forming. She was cracking the whip, leading the Mexicans around by their nose. And it's like, okay, all right. It's all coming together now. Now I got her friend.
And why should that bother us?
It doesn't. I like
humans,
it.
Humans don't disappoint, right?
No,
That's
they're
good.
they're fixing
something,
a
there's
house
something
up,
wonderful
yeah.
about that, huh?
No, it's better because you got people that are into it.
Yeah.
And so you got my wife just yelling at me about when I'm going to be done with the house. You know what I mean? Where's my Gail? Antonio,
That's me. I've told you we could be a
you
great
could be
couple.
Antonio could be my Gail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be a
Up
Gail,
on
you
that
know
ladder in his underpants,
Yeah, showing my tushy to you. You know how it is.
getting us a
Painting.
deal on those midways. Honey, a new crate of underpants showed up today. Oh yeah, it'd be great, Drew. I'd be working on the house. Yeah. Drew, what do you want? Germany or Florida?
Yep.
This is a big game here. Antonio, we're going to have to explain Germany or Florida to
Germany or
Antonio.
Florida?
Amanda,
Yeah, hello?
you're 17?
Yeah.
Here's how the game goes. All bizarre stories either emanate from Germany or Florida. It's one or the other, especially the crime ones, the ones where people are, putting their cats in catapults and launching them into rivers and stuff like that. And I'm
That's not so weird, though. But
I'm not just talking about your basic holdups or liquor store robberies or child abuse cases. I'm talking about bizarre stuff. It's either Germany or Florida. So Amanda gives us a story, and then we guess. Is it Germany or Florida?
Okay.
All right.
Things are
And they're true, right? They're both true
Too much
stories.
fun
Okay.
in Nazis, sex, meth, and death fetishes. Both of them have got these. Guaranteed not to bore you. Germany or Florida.
By the
That's
way,
our
when
theme song,
Theo
yeah.
came back on the air, I knew immediately it was him.
You have that gift.
Yeah.
That's the only gift you have, Drew.
That's the one.
That's the one.
It's wonderful.
Amanda?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
It was the hairdo that almost cost a hairdresser her life. A hairdresser thought she had done a reasonable job of trying to redden a customer's jet black hair last year. But after a weekend of phone insults, the irritated customer returned to her shop and stabbed the hairdresser 14 times. One of the blows punctured the hairdresser's lung and came within an inch of killing her. The customer recently pleaded guilty to intentionally causing serious injury and aggravated burglary.
You said she punched her or she stabbed her?
She stabbed her.
Punctured her
Punctured
lung.
her. Okay.
And where'd she said a word in there.
Arete or something? That's not a German word. And that's the kind of thing that Americans would put on us.
I pick Florida.
I'm in
Really?
Florida, too.
Yeah.
Florida?
Yeah. Florida's a mess.
Antonio goes to Florida.
I'm-
I'm going Florida too. This is not German behavior. Florida.
No, you're wrong. It's Germany.
Wow.
Oh, you see, let me explain something, Antonio. That's why you have to play Germany or Florida, because we could sit here and say Florida all night long, but we never know until we actually climb into the ring and find out, is it Germany or Florida? Look at
That's
us.
interesting.
That was a good one.
All stumped.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And you know,
I want to go to Germany. I go to Germany a lot. That's
You do?
interesting. Yeah, because I race Porsche, the Porsche GT3 on my time off. I do a couple races. So I go. My training is in Stuttgart.
We're going to be talking.
Yeah.
That new GT3, I was telling Drew about that just, what was it?
2 days ago, I think, wasn't
Oh,
it?
you thinking about getting one? Yeah.
I love it. It's about $100,000 for that car.
Yeah, about 115, something like that.
Nice car.
Yeah.
And you race, I mean, they're sort of factory race cars.
Yeah.
I put a roll
chassis,
cage in
everything.
them. And,
Yeah, the ones I have, they have nothing inside, but
they're
roll
gutted.
cage.
It's got the race seat.
Race seating, extinguishers, and all that
Is there a
stuff.
series?
Yeah, the Michelin Super Cup it's called. That they do 11 races out of this 18 that the
But
Formula One does.
is there a factory vehicle series?
Yeah, they're all by
Produce one.
Porsches,
That's
and then
it.
the
Produce
sponsors come in, and we get all that.
And all the cars are
equal.
set up same way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the
Same tires,
the
same
engines
stuff.
are fairly stock.
they're all the same.
They just do some safety stuff, and they lighten it up
Yep.
a little bit.
Yep.
They tweak the
Chassis,
suspension
everything,
a little bit.
Cars are identical. And,
Wow,
and then we put our sponsors on.
that's beautiful.
That's fun. It's a lot of
That is exciting. And you go to Stuttgart too.
I go to Stuttgart, I go to Berlin and Munich, and so to hear this from Germany, it was like, yeah, I picked Florida, but it was like,
well now,
But then
where's
again-
your car?
my car is, I have a Porsche here, but I have the truck, I have the Porsche SUV.
Cayenne.
Oh, the
Cayenne
Cayenne,
Turbo.
but what I mean
Oh,
is,
my car's kept in Stuttgart.
is the series. Probably a guy driving it going like on a beer run right now, by the way. Is the series all go on in Germany?
No, they go on all over Europe, and then the last one is at Indianapolis.
And
which,
so does the car need to be shipped all over Europe?
Yeah, they put them on planes, and they take them on planes all the way to Indianapolis. That's the furthest one they have to take them to. They're
Is
24
it-
cars.
is
Here's
there-
what impresses Adam. Do you have your own racing shoes?
You
I
get
do.
your own shoes.
I have
yeah.
a few. Yeah, a few. I guess sometimes
Adam.
they get in quickly.
Could be you use racing shoes.
My suit, my fireproof suit, has to be
Wow.
FIA regulated
Sure.
and stuff. Yeah.
Sure. And what about now? Is there money to be made, or
There
is
is
there
money to be
sponsorship
made.
to be had,
Most
or
drivers-
does it cost a lot?
It's money to be made for the drivers in each team. I come in as a guest celebrity, and I do 2 races the most because I have to do
Out of the
show.
series.
Out of the series, yeah.
Okay.
And then I do the the Skip Barber series on the West Coast, which is Laguna Seca, California Speedway, that kind of stuff.
Right.
That's different. That's open wheel cars. This is
Yeah.
This is fun because I get to go to Indianapolis and race in front of 250,000 people before the F1 races, and we do 2 races Saturdays and
And
Sundays.
what kind of and do they modify the track so that you head into the infield, or is it just a oval?
Yeah, no, this is a street course
in
infield.
Indianapolis.
At Indianapolis, the same course that the F1 race is at, which has been open for the last 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
3
is
years, sorry, 3
That is
years.
exciting.
Yeah.
See that, Drew?
I had a
You could be
big
living that
crash,
life.
and we do the qualifying last year. It was in September usually. Now they moved it to June, which is better because it's hotter and we don't have to deal with the rain. But in September we've been dealing with the rain, so it's kind of tough to get in on the track and qualifying in the rain. That was pretty challenging.
Wow. What a life. Drew, what do you do?
Get up early in the morning, take kids to school, work all
That's
day.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
me too, man. I
Quick,
do that.
quick
That's
crack in the sack by the whip of his old lady as he leaves the door to try to make more money to bring home to her that night. Yes, Drew?
Then cart the kids around in the afternoon.
That's-
help them study.
that's a
Go to
good
Little League
man
practice.
right
That's
there,
right.
Doc.
That's right. It's
That's a good man.
boring man. All right. Antonio Sabato Jr. is here tonight. We'll take ourselves a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
As many.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Antonio Sabato Jr. is here tonight. Got himself a little show called Help on the WB. That is Friday nights at 9:30. Let me tell you how far the show has slid down. Drew used to use these yellow Post-its. Drew, there's a computer screen in front of me. Drew reads the calls. I don't read the questions, and then he goes and puts a little yellow Post-it by the question or the caller that he wants to talk to next, and I punch him up. But we haven't been able to find the Post-it pack for a while, so Drew has ripped off a cassette sticker, basically, the things you would stick to the front of a cassette.
To put a label.
You're like
cassette labels.
Party Mix, 1993.
Right.
When you take that road trip with your frat buddies.
That's right.
Drew's torn one of those off, torn it in half. He now sticks it to the screen.
Now, to be fair, I haven't torn one off. I've been handed these.
One.
I've been handed these
I see.
and asked to use these.
I see.
And you hear me every night asking for the stickies.
Listen, Chris, what are we, Jeremiah Johnson over here? Let's get some sticker. Where's the sticker? Sticker. Oh, now Drew using the round cutout hot dog shaped center section.
Yeah, see, it's the center.
That's clever.
That's nice. That's nice.
Sharp.
But
Drew,
now you're not going to be able to peel it off the screen.
I'll get it off. I mean, I'm going to draw a little arrow.
Nice.
I'm going to draw a little arrow on it that says which way we're going. And Drew, don't put the sticker over the person's name like you've been doing lately. That is a disaster.
Well, you always, as you go to the call, I've noticed you pick them off.
I can't see what their names are.
Here we go. Come on. Relax. We're good. It's all good.
All right.
It's good times. Quiet.
Harley,
Yeah.
you're 17.
Yes.
What's up?
I've had endometriosis for about 2 years, and in January my dad died, and I started my period for 2 months, and then I stopped, and my OBGYN switched my birth control because he said my uterus, the lining of my uterus was thinning.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. How'd your dad die?
He was out running.
And just dropped dead?
Yeah, he went into VFib.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm not running anymore.
I was telling Antonio about exercise.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old was he?
Don't mess around with
52.
that.
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
Yeah.
And
did he know he had heart disease?
No. Well, he was being worked up by the doctors.
For what?
He'd just get really lightheaded when running, and he'd get pain underneath his arms. And then on Saturday, he went out running with the heart monitor on, and everything was fine. He had no symptoms or anything. Wow. And on Sunday, he just dropped dead. So.
Oh, my God.
And so, now what, listen, I don't want to twist a knife here, but what would they have done? What could they have done?
Well, it depends. Well, there's a lot of things, actually. It depends what the cause of this is. Is he on any medication?
No.
Was he?
Well, he was on Mirapex for his restless legs at night.
Yeah.
But that was it.
You wonder if that somehow had something to do with it.
Well,
because it could be a purely, he might have had some valvular heart defect. He might have had some coronary disease, some ischemia.
He had coronary artery disease. We did an autopsy.
So he was known to have that. Okay. I mean, now you know he had that. They were trying to evaluate that, but they probably felt like, well, maybe he can't possibly have that, a guy that goes out and runs like that.
Yeah.
And when you have that, he had a heart attack.
Well, he was on the Atkins diet for over a year also.
I wouldn't blame that.
Okay.
No.
All right, baby doll. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry.
All right, so now you got your own problems.
Yeah.
And they said your lining was thinning.
Were you on a progesterone pill, a low-dose pill, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on LoveLine.
Right. She wasn't getting enough estrogen.
Right, and so they switched me to Noranil.
Noranil,
Yeah, and I've started my period again.
Okay, good.
But the thing is I'm getting endo pain again. So
endometriosis.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I should be on Lupron because I'm going to college in the fall.
No. Just stay with the pills.
Okay.
Okay. I doubt that it's even endometriosis that you're having. It's probably just what's called dysmenorrhea.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about driving again. I got it.
I like talking about pelvic pathology and electrophysiologic events.
As it would pertain to driving.
As it pertains to driving?
Well, Antonio's here, and Antonio Sabato Jr., I found out, has a Porsche GT3 and races in Stuttgart, and oh, my God, like his life couldn't get any better. It just did. But here's the thing. Now, so as a guy who likes to drive and probably likes to drive fast, it drives you insane driving in this town, I'm sure, with everyone dragging their ass everywhere. Now, here's the thing, and I don't stop me if I'm wrong. New York is congested.
Mm-hmm.
New York has way too many cars and not enough roads, and arguably the traffic is slower in New York. It doesn't bother me because everyone is shaking their ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, look, you may be averaging 8 miles an hour in Manhattan
It's your hustle.
and averaging 15 here. I'm bothered more here because here it's just sort of out of it.
Well, here the streets are bigger than New York, and they're driving slower.
Right,
you
right.
have
And-
all this freeway space, and they
Yes,
still
and
driving slow.
nobody's honking their goddamn horn in this city.
No, they just use it for other things.
Right.
It's not used for what it's supposed to.
No, it's waving at their neighbor and doing that confusing thing that people seem to do when they drive off from your house. You're waving, all right, I'll see you guys. And Connie and Chuck, I'll see you two Monday morning at work. All right, bye-bye. You start walking up the stairs. Toot, toot. Huh? What's going on, you guys? And they're driving away. It's like, what are you doing?
Don't
honk.
They
You're
should
leaving.
the next people that are getting their licenses, the 15 to 16-year-olds, they should all go to courses right now. I don't care where you're from. Go to courses for at least a week or two.
That's right.
Skip Barber or whatever, just a racing course.
Learn
really
how to move it along.
Those aren't
Yes.
our problems, though.
Well,
It's the adults that emigrate.
Those are the ones that don't speak the language, but they were given the opportunity to drive by some guy named Davis. Yeah, him.
Gray Davis. Here's the thing. It dawned on me. It really hit home today because I had to drive on Sunset on the Sunset Strip from Beverly Hills all the way to sort of East Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of almost gridlocked all the way down. There's like 6:30 in the evening, and you think, oh, it's traffic, and then you sort of work your way up to the point where eventually you're looking in your rearview mirror at 80 miles of traffic, and you're behind two cars, and the stoplight changes and it turns green. And they sit there for a four count
on their phone
before anyone. Yeah, no one moves, and then I'm honking, and everyone's like, "Hey, buddy, what's it?" Say, "Hey, buddy, you have a wagon train of 10,000 cars behind you, and you're both just sitting there.
Yeah.
It's like the light changes. 1,000, 2. No, go. Everyone's go. Move. It's like nobody has it, and then they're both.
Why did you drop down to Fountain?
They're both. I'll get into it later. I wanted to be seen. They're both screaming at people and honking the horn. And the other thing that's weird about me, I'm a C-list celebrity. People must go, hey, some nappy-headed guy that looks like the Man Show guy is like pitching a fit in the car behind me. I wonder if I should kick his ass. But I can't help it. It's like, and then they get next to each other, and it's like they're going 30. They're going 31, maybe 29, just sort of next to each other, like the pace cars or something in this race.
A lot slower
it's like
than that.
waiting for them to pull off the track so we can go. It's like, look, what do you drop behind and let the... He's just, what's going on? How come there's no let's go? Let's go, everybody. Let's move. And by the way, you people who are behind these people who aren't getting on the horn, get on the horn. And people are like, well, it's rude. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you what rude is. If you're walking down the sidewalk and someone was just sort of dragging their ass in front of you, so you step to go around them, they put their arm out and said, no, get behind me.
That's rude.
That's rude, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're saying, the guy missed his turn, so he's going to try to wedge you into the left turn lane and hold up his entire... Get on the horn. If this is New York, we have shamed this guy into moving. No, you screwed up. You drive to the next light. You turn in.
They're all looking around and just witnessing what's going around. And they're all afraid of LAPD and stuff. Which,
I know.
Which actually... The cops are doing worse things than the people actually driving. The speed traps and all that stuff.
I was
going to
bring my ticket in tonight. I got my
speed trap ticket?
Oh, yeah.
I'm fighting mine because it's ridiculous. I mean, you're going 4 cars all together at the same speed, but the guy picks 1 car out of 4 cars.
Yes, well,
because of the speed
and I on the street I was on, people routinely drive 50 miles an hour. It's like a freeway.
Yes.
And he goes, oh, no, it's posted 30 miles an hour. And I drove all the way down to the end of the street at the beginning of this long avenue.
Look,
30 miles an hour.
That's ridiculous.
The terrorists taught us nothing. First off, we got to stop feasting on the wallets of our own and start focusing on the folks abroad.
Go save
that are
somebody's
trying to blow
life
stuff up.
instead of stopping
right.
somebody, and creating a madness.
And listen, we're living in L.A. It is already one big gridlock. Let us move. Let us breathe. Give us some air.
Yeah.
If there's a stretch of highway that opens up, it's dry.
And what about
it's
those
safe.
cameras? Remember those cameras that they went? I mean, they had all those mechanical problems, and they started putting in everything. And then that's a different company that doesn't even work with our state. All that stuff goes on every day.
It's just it's raping your citizens. Come on, let us drive. And by the way, like I said, I just want some public service announcement that tells people to move. Let's go. Let's get along. I wouldn't mind getting a ticket for speeding if you gave the guy who didn't turn right on the red a ticket every once in a while for sitting there holding everyone up. Give his ass a ticket. Who's more dangerous? Who's doing more harm? What about the millions of dollars lost? Everyone's parked on the freeway all day. Let's go. Let's get moving. And as far as L.A., get out there and get people moving. You do what you do like they have these guys at concerts. Let's go. Let's keep the line moving. Keep the line
that's
moving.
That's what LAPD or the sheriff department is supposed to be doing, but they don't do it. They go slow and they wait for somebody to get to.
That's right.
Rob, 25.
They need their money.
Rob. Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
Adam, my man, I had a little epiphany yesterday. You were talking about the laminated porn. Brought me back to my days. I was in the Marines on ship. Everyone had their own little personal stash of porn, obviously. Yeah. We would do the poor man's lamination with the Scotch tape. When we took it into the showers, it's reusable.
Yeah, but when you pull the tape off, the pubes will come off with it sometimes.
Right, good time. Good time.
You need the sort of the sailor special.
Yeah, listen, when you're sleeping on those Three Stooges bunks, you can't beat off on the bunk. You got to hit the shower and beat off.
That's the point. You got to use the shower. You just have the little curtains on the bunks. People
Plus,
would see it.
I found the salt air can be very corrosive to my porn collection. I've been out at sea for months on end with my porn collection, and the salt air really takes its toll on the porn.
Definitely. So we had to improvise. You know what I'm saying? And yesterday you brought up the real quick the laminated porn.
Yeah.
So today I was kind of bored. I registered the name laminatedporn.com.
Smart.
I'm going to start selling it now.
That's right.
I'm looking for a business partner, B a
big
celebrity endorsement.
Metal ring, just with it, just kind of.
I can be your celebrity mouthpiece.
Okay.
And perhaps we could even get one of those GT3s sponsored, and I could join the.
We'll put it on my car. Yeah, no problem. You can be the other driver.
I'm kind of talking about my own car.
Yeah, but you got to have another driver. Yeah, co-driver.
Okay.
2 cars.
That's good. I say we laminate the entire car.
Good idea, man. That's awesome. I like that.
We have a little problem with exhaust fumes, but we straighten that out. We should have gone over the actual hole of the exhaust pipe. That was my mistake. I wasn't thinking.
It's the soap. It's the new soap on a rope. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's good, Rob. No, it is true that first off, porn is it goes to hell and back for you. I mean, it takes more abuse than a coaster. You know what I mean? It really gets used a lot. And if you want something to last, you laminate it, Drew. That's all. That's all.
Waterproof for sure.
Waterproof. You take it in the shower with you. You use it as placemats if you like. When you have kids come over or something like that. You don't want to mess up the table. All right, let's take ourselves a little break. Antonio Sabato Jr. is here tonight. We'll be going to Stuttgart. Be doing a little testing. We'll work out some of the bugs on the Porsche. I'll be doing a little underpants modeling and do a little co-driving. We'll be basically around Europe. I'll be phoning in though, Drew.
Okay.
Keeping you posted.
All right, it works.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
LoveLine will be right back.
LoveLine. 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 LoveLine.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Junior. Junior. Producer Lauren is hot on Antonio Sabato Jr.'s trail to go get him. I don't mind the part where he's not in the studio. I just mind the part where I'm looking at the glass at Lauren having a chat with somebody. Yeah, here he is now. Yeah, he's back.
Right here.
Looking good, buddy.
Playing those video games, you guys have the best.
It is heroin out in that lobby.
Yeah, man.
Drew, I'll tell you what we got to do.
What?
Here's the problem with radio, this time thing. It's an interesting thing, which is you can't be a second late.
Right.
Well, Drew can, but I can't.
Right.
It's weird. It's a weird form of torture. Like if you tell somebody, look, you got about 4 minutes, go away and come back in about 4 minutes, They can go and enjoy themselves, go away, and they would still come back in 4 minutes. But if you tell them you cannot come back 1 second after 4 minutes, they would walk away for a minute and a half, be miserable, and then come back because they're too miserable. They're too tortured by it. We got to get a timer, Drew.
Yes.
We get my egg timer.
No, we should each have a little. Yeah, we should each have a little timer, like
implant in our brains.
Yes.
And then we can go play video games.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Antonio's here giving a little plug to a show called The Help, which is on WB. That is tomorrow night, 9:30, Friday nights, WB. Let's get to the phones and Tiffany?
Yes,
You're 23?
I am 23.
What's up?
I was calling because I was surprised at a comment that Drew made. Drew, you said that you referred to something as being a rule of thumb.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering if you knew the origins of that phrase, and I thought that if you did, that you perhaps wouldn't use it any longer.
Well, obviously, I have no idea the origins.
Well, he assumed it was a racial slur.
Or I assumed it said something negative about somebody, and that's why I chose to use it.
Yeah.
So what is it? Well, obviously,
actually-
whatever its
Just go
history,
ahead.
it
Will
has
you
none
just
of the
tell us what it
has
is?
none of the
Yes.
connotation today that its history implies. But what is the history, nonetheless?
Well, I believe it was common law where a man was allowed to beat his wife as long as he used an object that was thinner than his thumb.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound
and
right.
it doesn't really pertain to
Well,
the actual connotation
rule
of the
of thumb,
thing,
it's
does it?
small.
The rule of thumb. It is. I've actually learned it, and I've heard it mentioned in a couple of my different women's studies classes.
Oh, you're going to one of those lesbian colleges? What do they do?
No.
Don't bother with those women's studies classes. So you want to study yourself, you get naked. You look in the
They're
mirror,
very
baby,
important.
and you rub yourself with oil. Oh, yeah, they're very important if you want to get angry and get even more guys pissed off at you, so you can then cry abuse even more. Just relax.
Well,
What are
that's
you angry
part
at?
of it, the oil and everything. But
Yeah, well, are you lesbian?
no, I'm not a lesbian.
You got
You're
a
lesbian.
boyfriend?
I do have a boyfriend, yeah,
All right. Oh, he's got to be
and
miserable.
he's very good in bed.
All right. What do you do at the women's studies class?
You try to impact society in a positive way
That's a disaster.
using that knowledge.
Yeah, okay. This is never going to work. Why? By boring radio shows? You just call up
Oh,
radio
because
shows
your
and bore everyone to
rhetoric
death?
tonight has just been fascinating, Adam, by the way.
Shut up, you tramp. Don't ever call the show again. How dare you?
How dare you.
Let's go back to your lesbian college and have them fill your head with the useless
It's not
rhetoric,
a
and
lesbian
then I'll see
college.
you at the
Arizona
Walmart.
State is not a lesbian college. Very heavy.
Arizona State.
Arizona
Yes.
State.
All right, it's the classes though.
All right, let's relax, everybody.
All right, who cares?
It's good times. Just study.
All right,
Study what you're interested in. That's fine. It's good.
I know, but let me say this. First off, all it does is piss them off. They go in there. No one ever goes in there and tells them,
My concern is that
get a job.
it takes such a particular philosophical orientation that it misses the sort of opportunity for academic scholarship and thought. But here's the deal: rule of thumb is meant to mean in a general rule that applies in general situations.
Of course.
Right.
Not meant to apply to
Beating up somebody.
No, not meant to be, and nothing to do with thumbs or things thinner than thumbs.
Yeah.
And
Let me
there's
say this.
many things in language that have derivations that we would find bizarre if we actually knew them.
Oh, we'll go look it up during the break. And let me say this: I know women are offended by them only getting 70 cents to our dollar. I'm offended too, horribly offended that it's that much. And I don't get about this at all. I work with women. I am married to one, and the idea that she gets 3/4 of what I get is offensive to me. It really is. These are most women I know cry at work twice a week, and we'll miss twice as many days as the guys. The guys should get paid more, of course. They're better employees. Look, just go ahead and look at everything. And let me just say this. I know look, this is going to anger some people, but look, here's the reason why guys built society, because chicks can't do it. It's not because we held you down. It's because we're better at it. That's it. If you guys were better at it, you'd do it. That's all. It's no big deal. It's no shame. Just stand back. Let the guys build the bridges and relax. You go to your women's studies classes.
The female is actually a more evolved form of the human. It's just
Sure,
a certain
sure. They
thing
figured
from-
out work it sucks. They're so
Well,
evolved.
hey,
Figure
well,
out it sucks.
Well,
Yeah. All right. Especially cute chicks.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the worst employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they know it. Here's what you want. You want a guy who's prematurely balding, who's overweight, and has a very low self-esteem issues, has self-esteem issues. He'll come in and bust a hump. Like over here. Look at it. It's Chris. He's 27. No, you're not balding. No, you're not fat. But you live at home. And that makes you hungry, brother. You see what I'm saying? If Chris were a hot chick, he'd be telling us to F right on off.
we've had that.
Yeah, we had Tara, the hot phone screener. She'd yell at me every day.
Are you
Hey.
saying I'm a hot chick?
No, if you were,
Oh, okay.
you'd be yelling at me right now
All right.
instead of kissing ass. Yeah. Now listen, go get me some coffee and do me a favor. These mucklucks are rank. Air them out, would you?
Yes, sir.
All
Mr. Corolla.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, Antonio Sabato Jr. is here tonight. We'll take ourselves a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Call the Dateline. One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
You know what I'm saying out there?
Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back on LoveLine. 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 LoveLine.
Hey, everybody, it's the Love Line. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Antonio Sabato Jr. is our guest tonight. He's got himself a little show called The Help on the WB, 9:30, Friday nights. You watch that show, you get the ratings up, you support his racing habit. That's the whole thing.
That's right.
Because the racing ends up being like, it's like having a really bad coke habit. I mean, if you think about the price of the car, the travel, the insurance.
The danger.
Oh, everything.
The danger, yeah. Although, racing these days is probably safer than it used to be. Still dangerous sport.
Yeah.
But
definitely a lot better.
Whenever they go look, I watch those shows and they start showing like even just the old Indy cars. I mean, they're not talking about some crazy dirt track moonshine thing. They're just talking about like Indy cars from the '60s. They'll be like, well, they had two gas tanks, which acted as actually the lumbar
cushions,
support of the seat, and the side bolsters were both
no helmets, just goggles.
32nd of an inch of aluminum. Between them and the high-octane explosive fuel. And they also had a supplementary one that went between the guy's legs that his nutsack rested in. These guys be wearing like short-sleeve shirts.
Yeah.
A racing outfit was a pair of dungarees and like a short-sleeve collared shirt. And then you had one of those soapbox derby helmets on with the leather strap that went over your ear. It was kind of half bowl, and arms hanging out. There was a roll bar, but if the thing flipped over, your arms and
you'd be dead.
Your parts just be flying around.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah, and the cars just had nothing to do with safety at all.
No, they're just solid bricks.
Yeah, they wanted. They're just there. Even it. And it's not like they didn't have the horsepower or anything back then. It's not like they weren't going. They were only going 40 miles an hour. So no, they were. Even up until like the 70s and stuff. Porsche had their like Can-Am cars and stuff that had just all aluminum body frames and stuff. They had like 1,300 horsepower, some of them. Oh, yes. And the guy's feet were hanging out up past the front wheels. You know what I mean? Because the engine is in the back of the car.
Wow.
He's sitting up front. His feet and the pedals are out beyond where the front wheels are. And there's just a little bit of aluminum, maybe a little fiberglass in front. I mean, the guy gets an accident, his legs are crushed.
Yeah, we lost a lot of people just kind of learning through in the last 34 years.
How much of it was learning and then how much of it was just bravado? Like, hey, this is a dangerous sport and these are daredevils.
Ice hockey.
Yeah, when they don't want to wear the helmets.
Yeah.
And that's
That's a little crazy.
That's the other thing, too. I was thinking about that with ice hockey. They started wearing the helmets in like 1980 or something. But the guys who were in the league before the helmet rule came around got grandfathered in. They didn't have to wear the helmet.
Yeah.
So for the first 10 years of the helmet law, there'd be one guy skating around with no helmet on and his hair slicked back. And I thought to myself, what are you running here? Like what is this? It's like my grandpa didn't have to wear seatbelts.
Right.
Oh, because I've been driving since the 40s, whippersnapper.
Right.
No, these belt laws didn't come into play until 1988. So anyone who was driving before 1988, well, we don't need to.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, we're allowed to smoke on the Jack Parr show, and we do whatever we want because we didn't. No, you make a law, and then the hockey league, you make a law that you got to wear helmets, and everyone in the league's got to put a helmet on.
Yep.
What's that? How crazy is that? That like half the guys are like, yeah, what are you new? Okay, because I won't be wearing a helmet. And oh, by the way, there's no such thing as slashing when I join the league too.
Right,
so I'll be clubbing you about the helmet, ironically, with my stick. That's cool, right? I got here first.
Yeah.
What?
It's tradition.
They want people to take them. Okay, all right. Go back and think about that. Think about any other league, and then think about that rule. It's crazy, right?
It makes no sense at all.
All right. Well, anyway, race car driving, very dangerous. Now it's a pussy sport. No, it's still dangerous, but they're at least attempting to make it safe. Where in the past they were like, look, if few people die each year, they die.
They should stop using methanol though for cars, like in the kart series. That's for sure.
Because it burns clear.
It burns clear, and it's just really dangerous. You can't see it.
Hot.
And, like in Formula One and other type of racing, I appreciate it more in ways because they use the same gasoline that we use in our cars, And then,
they do?
Yeah, Formula One, Porsches, it's just more octane, but it's the same. But if we start using methanol, which is jet fuel, it's a little bit crazy, I think.
Methanol's embarrassing, too, because you can't see the flame.
Right.
No, so the guy's
standing by the side of the car, and he's just flailing like a madman, and you're like, hey, what's that guy doing? He's jumping up and down like an idiot.
Yeah.
You look stupid. Minus the flame, you just look like an idiot. It's like, imagine if you're being attacked by a bear, but we couldn't see the bear.
Yeah.
Look at Drew. He's high.
Yeah.
He's going crazy,
That's
this
what
kid.
it looks like. Yeah, exactly.
Lock him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, invisible bears, Drew, huh? That wouldn't be funny, would it? But that's what Antonio's saying with the methanol.
Let's use it for our act commercial.
Invisible bear. You just being thrown around, banging into a dumpster, being torn apart. Look, Drew's arm came off, and it's seriously being dragged into the forest. Wow. Chris?
Yes, sir.
What's happening?
Jeez, I had a car question.
All right, hold on.
I can't think of what it was, though.
Oh, I got a car question.
Yeah.
If Formula One is the most advanced automobiles in the world, the most expensive automobiles, the cutting edge Formula One is.
Yes.
Why are they not using methanol and they're using pump gas essentially?
Because they're taking the same technology and giving us that technology in our cars that we buy for the street.
Right.
So,
I know what I was going to say, too.
As far as tires and technology in the car, paddle shifting is being brought in cars nowadays.
Right.
Tiptronic, all that stuff. F1 gearbox, which are really great gearbox, are being brought in a lot of cars. And fuel, tires mostly. I mean, the testing is really for tires, for Bridgestones. And
really?
Yeah, because, I mean, if you can last a race and do well on tires, and you want to buy those tires, because you can finish a race with gasoline, but you can't finish it if you have no tires.
You guys were talking about accidents when I was thinking to myself, the one thing people do not appreciate, that even if something doesn't crumple in on you, you don't catch on fire. Your body going from 150 miles an hour to zero,
yes,
can rip apart. I mean, your aorta can tear in half. All kinds of things inside your body.
I broke a rib. I didn't even know it when I was racing go-karts in Australia, and because I was racing so much and I was strapped in and I was doing so many laps, and then after I got home that night, I was like, something hurts behind my back. And it was a rib that was kind of messed up, and it was broken.
I remember when I was racing go-karts in Van Nuys over at Pepe's by the airport.
Oh, that's great, man.
By
it's
the
still
airport.
There.
Yeah.
I take my son there.
Broke a hymen.
Still there?
Broke a hymen.
So
That's how you broke your hymen? Dude.
Now we know the truth.
What I'm saying,
your B hymen or your hymen?
B hymen.
Oh,
B hymen.
no.
Yeah. We've all, thank God they scotch guarded those seats because I left a little memento there. But what I'm saying is all us warriors have had our trials and tribulations, and it goes with the sport.
Of course.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now let's talk to Chris.
Chris? Yeah, I don't think Pepe's is there anymore. You're 25?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's up?
I guess I'll forward this to the very passionate doctor. I'm afraid that you might kind of pass this off to my homoerotic profession there. But lately, just the sex drive has been kind of not there. And I'm wondering if the hours that I'm working, I work 10 to 6 at night, just kind of the complete flop of the body clock.
Oh, that'll mess you up. Has your diet changed any?
Somewhat. I've been working nights for a couple of years now, though. But
You're fireman, it says?
Yes, sir.
Don't
you do a couple days at a time?
Yeah, I thought they were 24.
No, there's a lot of departments that work 24 on, 48 off, that sort of thing. We're a smaller department, so we work 3 8-hour shifts.
Oof.
Yeah, it's still 3 8-hour shifts. It's still only 24. This fireman is a great gig.
Yeah, but they do it in the middle of the night, though.
Well, he does it because he's a low man on the fire pole. I could have said totem pole. But the point is eventually he'll be working Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 5 and, in the catbird seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting tired and flip-flopping your schedule will F up everything, will it not?
It really can.
You'll get depressed. You won't be horny.
Yep. And losing weight, changing your diet, getting depressed, all these things can definitely affect your libido.
Okay.
Is there anything else? You want any medication? Have you had anything else go on physically?
No, I'm not a abuse survivor. I'm not a Mormon, so yeah.
No.
Everything's okay.
No. Are you Mormon? No. He answers. No, we're not even going down that path at all. It's more about the path of your physical condition, not even your health, just sort of the stress your body's under right now. And when your body needs to conserve, whether it's conserving, energy because you're trying to lose weight. When people lose weight, they're on low-calorie diets. They complain their libido goes down. When they don't sleep, their libido goes down. When they're depressed, their libido goes down. So, you clearly have a situation where you could be causing that just from your work schedule.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I was wondering if it would, be the work schedule or maybe an underlying medical problem or.
Well, you should be checked out just to be sure, because that's almost any condition you can name can affect your libido.
When are you going to get on days?
I have no idea. I'd love to do it tomorrow, but I don't. Just when there's an opening, I suppose.
And when do you? Let me ask a couple things. First, have you ever done one of those hunky calendars?
No.
Well, Antonio did one called "Here's what I would look like in my underpants if I was a fireman."
Yeah, that was my hose.
You ought to do a whole series of Antonio Sabato Jr. If he was a cop, here's what he looked like in his underpants.
Because women would love that.
They would eat it up. And, it always, I just saw a whole thing on, Entertainment Tonight where they're New York's finest, out posing, and the guys, big buff guys. Firemen are buff because they work out all day.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They put a gym in the firehouse. The guys hang out waiting for the alarm to ring, and they have a lot of time. Whereas cops aren't quite as buff because they work, and then when they're done working, they would have to go to the gym.
Right.
Whereas you're sort of on the clock. Drew, if someone said, look, hang out here for about 8-10 hours, there's the gym. The phone may ring every, hour and a half or two. You'll have to give some advice to a troubled teen, but until then, just, hang out. You'd be working out, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So these guys look great. And then they do these super beefcake things where they make these calendars, and everyone's sort of oh, that's great, isn't it? But it's kind of weird. What if we had, chicks of the DMV, the sultry ladies of the DMV, or just or the post office, chicks in their bra and panties pushing a mail cart or something. Wouldn't people be outraged? Oh, wait a minute.
Didn't they do the Walmart or their something like that? The Walmart girls.
They do it
you got to remember,
don't they?
Guys don't need the occupation or a story attached to pictures of women.
No, we need hot chicks.
Yeah, and so the story does not matter. And so for women, they like the story.
Said this many times. You go to the male stripper comes out dressed as the cop, dressed as the fireman, dressed as the
Indian
army
chief,
sergeant.
yeah.
True, not the Indian.
No, the point is,
the Indian. That's not a job, by the way.
But the point is, there's a story attached to it, and the more peculiar sometimes.
True, only you can craft a story that's bad.
Right.
No, women are attracted to a guy's got a gig, and then he's going to get naked. Whereas, meaning women want to see the guy who's dressed as the cop, dressed as a fireman, dressed as whatever, Indian chief. You did this to me last time with this, by the way. Men have a stripper come out. Your job, dress like a whore.
Well, they want to your job is a stripper.
Your job is to get naked.
Yeah.
Not look like you got a job and then turns out you're naked.
You have a job.
Right.
Job is stripper.
Indian chief.
But that's the point. Guys just want what that it's supposed to be. They don't need to attach any story. I use the Indian chief because they want story and context and romance. Kind of
They want
stuff.
a job.
Well,
they like when a guy's working and nude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the underpants model, that's the best. That's gig and naked. That's what a job. How do you get a job? How do they figure out you look good in your underpants?
They ask you to take off your pants.
Yeah. Do you have to go into like Calvin Klein and try on a few pair of their underpants?
I did, yeah. My package, did pretty good. So
do they? Is there? And be honest. Is there any chubbing up that goes on before? We do a very important segment called Be Honest.
They have a little gym for chubbing up in there.
There should you want to get a little blood. No, I'm talking about in the shorts. You want to get a little blood circulating, to fill out the pouch.
I guess you could. You could do
one
that
could
if
one
you
could.
need to.
If one needed to.
One could.
If one needed to. So he's being honest there. So if you needed to, Adam, you could.
I'll tell you what I do is I take a cucumber and I take a big fat rubber band. I make it, and I just pull it just about 1.5 inches down from it, and then I just slide that whole thing down there. Or I take a pipe cleaner and wrap it around about 1 inch down from the end of the cucumber, and then I just shove the whole thing in there. No, I just wedge it in there.
Yeah, I see.
The band gives a nice realistic effect to it.
An anatomical effect.
I've tried it before with just the cucumber, and it was so smooth, people got suspicious.
You need that architectural appointment.
It look a little supernatural.
Yeah, and I've learned I have to tuck what I have between the legs because they'll get confused.
Really? They'll even notice it?
Sometimes they'll say, wow, it's a huge vein you have on your penis. Like, thanks. I got to kill myself. Wow. Is it varicose? You got to take care of that. What do you got? You got like a... you got like a raisinette or something stuck to your penis, or like Good and Plenty. Is there Good and Plenty stuck to your penis? All right, let's talk
Do they have Good and Plenty anymore?
I don't know if they have Good and Plenty anymore. Mike and Ike.
Yeah.
There's either Mike or an Ike stuck to the side of your cucumber. Megan?
Yeah.
You're 16?
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, well, I just had sex for the first time, and I was wondering if it's normal to not have an orgasm, like the first couple times.
Yes, it's normal to never have an orgasm with intercourse.
That's right. It's goddamn right.
A majority of women...
Listen to him.
Megan, a majority of women...
A majority, over
50% of women will...
50%.
I know, in Adam's world, it's 110%. Yes. But, Megan, most women do not have an orgasm with intercourse ever.
Yeah.
That is the way it is. And some women, and about 10%, have it multiple orgasm all the time, and that's just the way they are. And there's an intermediate group that sometimes has it with intercourse, but usually doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But at 16, there's plenty of time.
Yeah, 16, very few would have an orgasm with intercourse.
Like, the only time I've ever had an orgasm is with, like, oral, and I was drunk at the time.
That would put you in the normal category, and that's probably where you're going to stay. Do not expect to have it with sex necessarily.
Yeah, but at 16, there is time to evolve.
Right, in your 20s, sometimes things kind of... This is a biological fact of women. This is the way you're wired and constructed. And for some reason, we've led women to believe they're flawed if they function like a normal human, female human.
I was trying to think about it, Antonio, and it's interesting because he's a good-looking guy. He's an underpants model. When he gets with a woman, I was wondering if they would be more likely to have an orgasm just because women work.
Oh, but I know the difference, man.
No, I'm not saying a fake one.
Yeah.
Because their head is so involved.
No, but
if they would have it,
more likely to have it.
Well, here's the interesting. For a woman, 70% of the experience can be just sort of where she's at emotionally, whereas guy could be at a funeral and you could put a shop vac onto his penis and he could be standing there viewing an open casket and something would eventually come out if there was a physical stimulation. We're long enough. Women, if they're mad at you or they're not in the right place emotionally or they're whatever.
Or you're somebody they've idolized.
Now, so here's what I'm wondering. If Antonio Sabato Jr. shows up and they've been looking at your billboard in Times Square for long enough and there's a fantasy that's built
that build
around
them
it,
up?
does it help? And there's no way of answering this. Or
you could do the math.
are they freaked out?
You could ask you're at
ladies?
0, Adam. So we can compare your study group versus Antonio's.
Right.
So Adam's never had a woman orgasm during intercourse.
Right.
Really?
Right.
Well, okay, say no more.
That's I want to get into that.
No, that's
I'm
right.
guessing that means more than one for Antonio. Well, are you married now?
I was. No,
You were
no,
married, not anymore.
Yeah,
And so you date around. You
I had kind of retired for a little bit. Yeah, but I was for a minute.
You had a good run for a while there.
I had a good run. Yeah.
I could imagine. And most of the women, they knew you. And they'd seen you, they were attracted to you. I mean, in a way, and don't be modest, but women have those same kinds of fantasies too, where they see an attractive man on a billboard or on a commercial, and they think about being with him.
Well, they have the whole alpha male thing.
Yeah, they have the alpha male thing, and he shows up in his fire suit talking about Trans Am racing in Europe.
Yeah, riding my horse too.
Right, comes in on pulls back and lands, pops off. He's in full fire suit, helmet, and everything.
The whole bit. Yeah, come on, I have it in the back of my Porsche.
Yeah, and he's like, "Easy, baby." Threw a hip out go-kart racing in Australia. So. But I would imagine A, it would make it easier, or B, maybe maybe it's too much, maybe it's too intense. They're freaked out. You know what I mean? Like here's what I mean. You notice any difference in women from before you were a celebrity and after you were a celebrity?
Yeah, definitely so. I've met some crazy ones. I mean, where they don't want to be with me because there was one particular where she was so insecure with herself that she didn't want to be with me, and I wanted to be with her, and I cared about her so much, but.
She didn't want to be naked in front of you?
No, she didn't want to even be naked. I adored her. I think she was great, but because she was so insecure with herself to be with me, for some reason she made it possible to split up.
She just sort of freaked out, like
she made it a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, you're gonna dump me because you're international and good looking and stuff. So I'm just gonna break this up before we can get going.
Destroyed.
Dude would never do that.
Never.
Dude, like you get a shot at a Victoria's Secret model, and you're like, no, please, no.
He would be hanging around
your lips for my
he'd be
penis.
clinging
Sorry,
to her
stop.
ankles as she walked out the door.
Yeah, well, no. Here's what I would be thinking. I think you would be too. It's like, how many times can I have sex with this chick before she catches on and wises up and it goes to Antonio's place?
Well, it made me feel like, listen, all the time we spend together, everything we try to talk and all, it's just a bunch of, BS, and that's the world that we live in, that we talk a lot, or at least I try to express my feelings at times, and most of the times, and people are just not listening. They have too many things to think about.
What do you say?
What do you say?
No. I think the reality is they don't know how to express or come to terms with their own feelings. They blame everything. They don't take responsibility for things.
Right.
And all the talk in the world doesn't go anywhere. It just is a waste of time.
I agree with that.
I just
definitely.
think if a chick has been staring at your bigger-than-life picture in Times Square for long enough, and then you get with her, that's going to help. Whereas a guy, it could actually screw him up a little bit. The other way around.
Yeah,
you get with Claudia Schiffer, you're bound to pull a groin or something. Drew's gonna be pulling his Calvins down. This is your voice gonna crack. You're getting all weird. Yeah, so, you might get freaked out a little bit. No, not Drew. Drew's a man of such exquisite passion that he could not be thrown from this. No, you're saying. Yeah, what I'm saying to you is like, well, if a lion is used to eating zebra meat and then you put filet mignon in front of it, it might be a little tentative. No, you're just digging in with that much more passion and verve. Yes, Drew?
Yes, Adam.
All right, okay. I'd F Claudia, too. I agree. All right. What are we doing? Are we taking a break?
Break time.
I'm getting all hot talking to Antonio because he's nailed a lot of hot chicks, and it's like I'm living vicariously through him. All right. Drew, ask him tactfully if we can smell his junk.
No.
Okay.
I'll sign you a couple. I'll leave them downstairs.
Thank you.
No problem.
We'll, I say tactfully? I think I meant tactfully. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, who are we speaking to, Drew? Muscle spasm?
About Melinda.
Melinda?
Yeah, up in 5.
All right. She's boyfriend showed affection before they dated. Now nothing. He's cold and distant. We'll get to him after this.
LoveLine will be right back. So get your problems ready. Ready.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Antonio Sabato Jr. is here tonight. He is from The Help, which is on the WB. Friday nights, 9:30. That'd be tomorrow night. The Tina Fey in here Sunday night, along with Tim Meadows from Saturday Night Live. All right. Drew is looking up a rule of thumb on the computer.
It apparently has nothing to do with what she said. This is why they shouldn't be studying what they're studying.
Yeah. Does it say anything about talking into a goddamn microphone over there?
Can I talk on this mic? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good engineering, Chris.
Okay, can you hear me?
You give him a Campbell's can with some yarn tied onto it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Here's the deal. There's no formal reference to having... This is becoming sort of a reference to... It's folklore. It's becoming almost a urban legend, this business about the beating of the wife.
Hold on a second. Hold on. A caller called up about half an hour ago, got on Drew for using the term rule of thumb, and said she was in her women's studies class and couldn't believe that he would be so insensitive as to use a term like that, which meant... something about making it okay to beat a woman.
Right, English common law reference, but apparently researchers of legal decisions have never turned up any reliable evidence of any actual references to this as a legal decision. So this one website, the guy went back into the history books and found that it's derives from woodworkers or constructors who knew their trade so well they rarely or never fell back on the use of such things as rulers. Instead, they'd measure things for, by example, the length of their thumb. Which you've talked about before, too.
Right. And Drew found that on shutyourfattrapho.com. Get over here, Drew. I believe we waste time with this nonsense. He's calling this show. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm a champion woodworker. Turns the ladies on. Let's talk to Melinda. Any home improvement questions for me?
About
Antonio?
wood and stuff?
Anything. Anything about the house?
Well, I don't know. If I say maybe drilling, it might mean something else.
Yeah, you're going to get it. You're going to be going again. Oh, wait a minute. Pushed the wrong thing. Melinda.
Yes.
You're 16. What's up?
Me and my boyfriend, we just started going out maybe a week or so. And, before we started going out, he acted like he really liked me and everything. And then a little bit after we started going out, he started acting like he hates my guts.
Did you sleep with him?
No.
Okay. Well...
I'm still a virgin.
Okay, good. Maybe it's just not working out. He's not your boyfriend after a week, by the way.
Oh, he's not?
No. He may be working into boyfriend. He may want him to be your boyfriend. You may sort of betroth himself to you and become your boyfriend. The week you're just kind of figuring dating and thinking about becoming boyfriend, girlfriend.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's not going to work out. Either this is how he conducts himself in a relationship because he has trouble with intimacy or just, doesn't know how to express himself or be empathic with other people, or this isn't working out for him. He just is pushing you away.
Yeah, I just didn't like it very well because,
Yeah, get rid of him.
Well, I told him I was going to break up with him, and he said, oh, don't, I'll change, It's like...
Give him a couple days.
Okay, well, look, here's the thing. If a guy starts in too early, that's a bad sign. All guys are evil, but you shouldn't know it for at least 18 months.
Right, he shouldn't drop into his lazy stride in the first week.
Yes.
He should still be showing you the new broom.
That's right, which sweeps clean.
That's right. Speaking of sweeping clean, I would just use the drinking fountain out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's still clogged up from last night when you hocked into it.
So got my phlegm from last night?
It's
wow.
Disgusting.
That's a powerful statement, Drew. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Clean that up, man.
It was clogged even though my barnacle was stuck next to it, though. And, Drew, what gets Snoogies out of the sink better, cold water or hot water? Because hot seems to irritate them.
No.
No?
It'll break them down better.
Antonio, you should have been in that movie Speed.
Yeah.
This could be my new interviewing technique. We have guests on, and I tell them what movies they should have been.
Yeah.
You should have been in that movie, A Bridge Over the River Kwai, dude. That was a good movie. You should have been in that one.
He was 3 at the time.
I just give a list of movies I thought you should have been in. No, because not only was it about Formula One racing, but there was a guy in it who looked a lot like
He
you.
should have been in Grand Prix.
My dad was in Grand Prix.
Oh, your dad was in
My
Grand
dad was
Prix.
in Grand Prix. He was the second driver with Yves Montand, Nino Barlini.
Wow.
He drove the Ferrari.
Hold on.
It's in the blood,
I'm gonna
man.
kick my dad in the nuts the next time I see him.
John Frankenheimer. He was the lead with James Gardner.
That was an awesome movie.
Yeah, that was the best.
How weird is
race
that
car
I came
movie.
up with that?
Isn't that funny? You brought it up. It's,
Yeah. Yeah, and your
Yeah, it's my dad.
Have I
Yeah.
ever mentioned that film in the entire time you've known me?
No.
Yeah.
No, you've never.
Did you
No,
ever
you've
think-
talking about Le Mans.
You would have
all the
thought
time.
you would have.
Yeah, that
would you
came
have thought
after
I'd
that.
seen that film even?
No, I didn't know. But it was that I get the two confused. I know the one was Steve McQueen and the
This
other
was
was
James Garner.
And
Yeah, there's no comparison with both.
yeah, I'm gonna watch go back and watch both of them. They're both real interesting. And who's your mom? Is she an actress?
No, she just
Good looking person.
Yeah, good looking person from Prague. They met in Italy, and we grew up in Rome, and then we moved here in 1985.
Same thing. You replace good looking in Prague with North Hollywood, and
Yeah, and I end
got
up
the
here.
exact
See?
same life. Same life.
They leave out the good looking part.
Yeah, as I say, you got to get out, get rid of good looking, get rid of Rome, replace with North Hollywood, and
That's you.
Then we could have been brothers.
That's it, man.
All right, time to redeem ourselves with a little Germany or Florida. We got burned badly last time. Cameo.
Hey Adam, what's
Hey,
up?
what's happening? You got
Oh.
Germany or Florida for us?
Yeah. First off, you guys are awesome. And Drew, your book sounds really interesting. I want to buy it one day, but gotta hold it.
If it's too expensive in hardback, it's coming out in paperback in a couple months.
Okay, I'm waiting for that one.
And it's come back in tissue back too. I think there'll be its third
Tissue
pressing.
back, yes.
There should be one more after paperback. Like everyone goes from the hardback to the paperback to
Papyrus? Am I going to put it out?
yeah, like banana leaf. Something, yeah, something that it's wrapped in. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
even cheaper than paper.
Toilet paper, I guess.
Yeah, go
You
from
put a
like
roll.
$24 down to $12. This would kick it down to like $7 or $8, and we could all wait for that. Yes, Drew?
Yeah,
No?
great.
Okay. Cameo?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm actually about to-
Interested from
Oh,
too much
theme
fun
song.
and Nazis, sex, meth, and death fetishes. Both of them have got these. Guaranteed not to bore you. Germany or Florida.
That's right. And Cameo, let me say this about you and Dr. Drew's book. You can't afford not to read it.
Nobody can afford that.
Not to read it. Go ahead, Cameo.
An actress is taken to the hospital after an artist injured her breast while trying to cut open her bra with a chainsaw during rehearsal for a stage show. The chainsaw operator was lying down during the rehearsal, and he suddenly bent forward just as he was applying the saw to her bra, and he couldn't pull back the chainsaw quickly enough and cut her breast and stomach.
Ugh.
Nasty.
Germany.
Tough. We went Florida last
Stage
time. We
show.
got burned.
Stage show, circuses.
Yeah, Florida doesn't have a lot of
show.
stage.
Yeah, but they
going
got a
on.
lot of circus over there.
Oh, yeah,
Germany.
they got a circus show every day there.
Yeah, Ringling Brothers. Come on.
You think they could deal with the liability of a?
It
What are
is
you laughing about, Cameo?
quite
making this
down.
thing
This
up?
is a very important decision. No. Camera just
Stop smoking.
I was just
man.
coughing. I wasn't
She
laughing.
took a bong load. Relax. Okay, we went Germany last time.
But-
We got screwed.
Let's think about it, though. Let's think. Reason.
Let's think about it.
But
How about we just dedicate the rest of the show to
Again,
it?
I tend to think in terms of liabilities and what this country will tolerate. They wouldn't tolerate a show where there's a potential to even cut somebody.
You'd be amazed, though, at what they do with that kind of stuff.
Really?
Because on one hand, they're all freaked out about, child safety seats. On the other hand, they're throwing, hatchets at a chick on a spinning wheel
Now-
on the Tonight
Now,
Show.
a couple other things. Now,
What?
she laughed when we mentioned Germany, as though sort of diabolically. And number two, chainsaw. Germany's not chainsaw country.
They have chainsaws.
Yeah,
over
you know,
there.
but I mean, it's not a. It's sort of a.
Okay, but
It's a redneck thing.
all right, but this isn't Beerstein country, but yet people
have beer.
possess them. Okay,
That's a tough one.
let's go Germany.
Yeah, you guys got it right. I blame it
Germany?
on my friend. She was laughing in the background.
Yeah, but her laughing did not mean we were right or wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Germany, yeah.
All right, so we went Germany. We're right. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job.
All right. Thank you. All right, we're back. We're
Yeah,
officially
we're
back.
in.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to know. Yeah, it's good.
We're 1-1.
Oh,
The other
1-1.
stuff is warm up.
1-1 is no, but
No,
yeah,
I
that's
declare
true.
the season begun. This question:
Yeah, that was a warm-up one.
100%.
That was a warm-up.
Yeah, the first one was like, warm-up.
That was a
just
warm-up
getting
one,
here, so I just wanna know.
and furthermore, I would say this one counts as 2.
Yeah, you see? Yeah.
So instead of being 1-1, what are we, gentlemen?
2.
2-0.
2-0.
First
Even better.
warm-up,
Perfect.
this one counts as 2. All right, let's make it 3.
Yeah,
3 or
3-0.
4. 3 or 4. 4-0.
4-0.
Season's over. This was the championship.
3.
All right, where are we going, Drew? 3. 3-0. David,
Hey, how's it going?
you're 19.
Yeah.
What's up?
All right. I guess I'd have to say I might masturbate a little bit more than the average guy does.
Mm-hmm.
And lately, it's been, when I ejaculate, or should I say orgasm, it's been coming out a real dark tan color or even a light brown.
Or even, should I say, light brown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I want to know what's up with that.
Well, for me, I have a winter brew, I call it, which it'll change colors during the colder.
What color's your winter brew?
It's a darker. It's a darker color.
Or should I say?
It absorbs more sunlight. You could figure out why it would work that way. And then during the summer it lightens up, but it thins out in a thinner coat. Because it's warmer.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just caught in that transition because I'm.
And also,
changing
there's
colors.
when you're at home, stuck inside in the cold months, you can start to work yourself excessively.
Yeah, that's right.
And the brown tinge, this is the way that nature
little
works.
bit of blood in there.
Yeah, it's blood.
Yeah.
So it's a little excessive there, David.
David?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times you
chill
good?
out a little bit.
What are you good for a day? 4 times, it says?
4 to 5.
4 to 5.
Cut down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. How about, do you have a lady?
Yeah, I do, actually. And we just recently started having sex.
Okay.
You may want to just save a little bit of that energy for her.
But see, the thing is, now she doesn't really want to have sex anymore because it's too painful for her and her hymen hasn't broken yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's,
What are you talking about? If you've had sex with her, she does not have a hymen.
well, but it's still painful like 6 or 7 times down the line now.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different problem.
What is it?
That's vaginismus or God knows what. I mean, she needs a pelvic exam right away.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she just got a bladder infection. What should we do about that?
Well, maybe it's that rusty load he's giving her.
Imagine the passion that he's unleashing on
shot,
her.
not a pap smear.
Imagine the passion he's unleashing.
Oh, yeah.
She needs to be treated. David, I don't understand. She has a urine infection that needs to be treated immediately. That can get into her kidneys and cause a very serious problem.
But if he's had sex, for sure her hymen's broken.
Yeah, well,
effectively. Hold on a second. Here's the thing. David, 19-year-old spaz from Northridge who beats himself
to a pulp
every day, is coming up with medical assertions and clinging to them.
Well, yeah, he's developing, spinning yarns in his head about how this works.
Are you going to junior college, David?
Yes.
What?
No, I go to CSUN.
All right. That is a 4-year junior college. You understand me?
Yes.
There's nothing good that comes out of that valley. I'm the only good thing that ever came out of that goddamn valley, and I'm smart enough to leave. Now I hope a flood hits and washes all my memories away. All of my horrible valley memories. All right, so look, she needs to go to the doctor,
Yes,
get the
absolutely.
pap smear,
Right
get everything
away.
checked out.
Absolutely. And get the urine treated.
Let me explain.
That can be very serious.
something. Antonio, he races the Porsches, right?
Yeah.
He gets the factory car. You can drive it around the street as long as you want. But now when you want to bring it on the track, you got to do a few things. Got the thing out. You need a fire suppression system. Got to put a roll cage in. Got to put a net in. Has to be inspected. These are safety things.
Yeah, if you burn your tires every single day, you ain't going to race nothing, you know.
You've got to do certain things before you take it out on the
Just
track.
like David's girlfriend.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Tony, I'm not talking about beating off anymore.
Okay,
I'm talking about she needs now, as
Needs to go up on the
a
rack.
young lady, if you want to go out onto the track now, which means become sexually active with partners and do whatever,
right?
You got to make a little pit stop and outfit yourself. Go to the gynecologist, get the birth control, take the time. So you're safe. That's what it is.
Yeah.
No one gets hurt in there. All right. Let's see. I got a question for Antonio here.
There you go.
That's a racing question.
Oh, there we go. Let's go.
John?
No, time for break.
Yeah. John, you got a question for Antonio? John? John?
That was a good language.
All right, hang on for a second.
What was that?
I'm not sure what that was. So may have been a prank phone call, but it was so nonsensical.
It might have been
didn't
from another
really
planet,
register.
though.
Yeah. We'll take ourselves a quick break. Antonio Sabato Jr. is here tonight. His dad was in
Grand Prix.
Oh. You know, what movie was my dad was in my dad didn't even see movies. Like my dad isn't cool enough to see Grand Prix. Forget about being in it. Dad was in Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to kill my dad. You know what I'm going to do? Don't take any offense to this, but I am going to crawl up your mom and force her to birth me. And then I'm going to change my name.
It's
and
done.
come out.
No
Hey, it's
problem.
Antonio Sabato Jr. Jr.? Yeah, that's me. Hey, Dad, where's the car? What's going on? When are we going to Europe? I got a race. Wow, he talks. He's a newborn. Got a lot of ass hair for a newborn. All right, we'll take ourselves a little break, and we'll be right back.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
Hey, everyone. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Forget about that phone number. Tina Fey is going to be in here on Sunday, along with Timmy Meadows from Saturday Night Live. Going to talk a little about Mean Girls. Antonio Sabato Jr. is in here tonight. His dad was in Grand Prix. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
It's good enough.
That's about it, yeah.
What was that, like 1970?
66.
Whoa.
I won
Really?
3 Academy Awards. John Frankenheimer directed that film. It was the best race car movie of all time.
Where'd they shoot it?
They shot it at Silverstone in England and Belgium, Monza, Italy, and mostly Europe. Yeah, they didn't go to Japan. They went for the premiere in Japan, but that's about it. So Europe.
I was watching a thing on, I think, Le Mans. And they were, when they filmed that movie, they actually, one of the camera cars they used was like the Golf GT40, where they just cut the roof off the thing and put like a camera tripod on it and stuff.
Oh, my God.
Well, they obviously they needed a race car in order to film other race cars, because you just couldn't have a car going 60 miles an hour getting squirrely up there.
They probably wanted some foreground, too, like the front hood of the car.
They took the fastest car they had, and they whacked the roof off the thing. Little they know the car would be worth $8 million right now, and they were just taking a cutting torch to it in 1970.
Beautiful car.
All right. It's a favorite game of car guys, by the way, is to sit around and lament how much they could have got a certain car for back when.
Yeah.
This is I got my buddy the Wheeze could have bought a Mustang, a Hemi Mustang, like Boss 429 or something. Like 6 years ago, he could have got it for $29K. And then we're watching the Barrett Jackson Auto auction, and it goes for $113,000. And how he just now every time I see him, he just goes, yeah, I know, you could have, you would have, could have.
Yeah, a Ferrari cost $2,000 in 1969, but now it's worth $1.5 million. Yeah, I could have, would have, should have.
Car guys, that's all they do. They just go, I had that car, I was going to buy that one, I could have. It's a weird thing. I don't know what other people do it with real estate a little bit, but not like they do with cars. Car guys are almost but here's what's unfair. Car guys are thinking about buying a car every 10 seconds, and they're thinking about every car. So 10 years from now, when one goes for $5 million, they go, oh, I was gonna.
Well, I was gonna.
Yeah, you're not gonna. Jason?
Yeah.
You're 21?
What's up, guys?
What's happening?
All right. I'm, like I said, 21, and there's an older woman who I work with, and she's been, the last few months, extremely aggressive at coming on to me. I've told her no before because she's married and she has children, and I just now found out that she recently got separated. So now she's becoming even more aggressive, and she just won't.
What kind of work do you guys do?
I work in retail. She works in an office.
What does that mean?
Clothing.
But I mean, she is a manager there, or what?
Not necessarily a manager. She's like administration type stuff, bookkeeping, that sort of work.
Oh, look, is she hot or not?
Yeah, she's very hot.
Very hot?
Yeah, like all my friends, they're pushing me for it. I don't think it's a good idea because I had a deadbeat dad.
Ooh.
And I'm afraid that, I want to know the effects on her kids to give her as an excuse to tell her no. Basically.
Well, here's the deal. You could, of course, use that excuse if you want, but if you do decide to date her, just don't meet her kids.
Yeah.
Just date her, meet somewhere, go back to your place, whatever, but don't meet her kids.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. And they don't want to hear what you're doing to her, by the way.
I would never say that.
Yeah. And the other thing, the thing that's funny about guys, especially if the chick's hot, he has no viable excuse not to F her, so he's going to have to unless he comes up with something quick. I like that, too. Like a woman would need anything more than, you make me sick, you pig, get away from me.
Yeah.
I'm not into you.
Yeah.
That's the thing about women. It's like, if you got, she's hot, he's 21, he has a scrotum sack, so she's like, well, what about it? What's it? I'm gay? No, you're not. I saw you looking at internet porn the other day. Oh, Christ. I guess we got to do it. Should just bend you over here? It's true. He's got to tell her something.
Yeah.
He can't just tell her, hey, look, you're not my type. He needs an answer, and he's thinking working the kid angle. I just like the idea that he had to come up with something.
There has to be a workable excuse.
A workable, viable, plausible.
He's got to go for some sort of, he's got 6 months to live. Or, no, that wouldn't work either.
That's like you're trying to get out of the draft or something. Look, we need a note from your doctor. We need to see your fallen arches. You can't just say you don't feel good. That's not going to cut it.
Because you're going.
Yeah, you're going in. Or you'll be penalized. That's right. Throw you in the stockade. All right. Let's...
3.
Line 3. Ashley?
Yeah.
You're 19?
Uh-huh.
Good boy.
You got that little girl voice.
Oh.
Yeah?
So, I just recently, went on birth control.
Mm-hmm.
And, What?
We're listening.
Sorry, hold on a second. After I masturbate,
She what?
After I masturbate, I start to bleed.
Are you walking away from somebody, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Who came out?
Oh, it was just my dad.
You're with your dad. Oh.
No, it was just my dad.
Oh, just your dad. Was he with Father McConaughey, too?
And your teacher? And your dead grandmother? They all came into the room.
No,
hey,
anyway,
Ashley.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
To hear about a masturbation question. That's nice.
So afterwards, the day after, it feels like it's like I'm on my period, even though it's not that time of the month.
Yes, when you're a birth control pill, you will frequently bleed constantly. That is a side effect of the birth control pill. It's called mid-cycle bleeding.
Should she adjust it?
Yeah, you got to talk to the guy, whoever's prescribing the pill.
What's the masturbation have to do with it?
If people bleed a little more, women are a little more likely to bleed after sexual stimulation of any kind.
All right.
Okay, I was just wondering because, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, Ashley.
You're wondering what?
I was reading a book and it said that sometimes the uterine lining can go into the cervix. And it's something you have to have an operation on?
No, Ashley, please. When you go on the birth control pill, this is a typical side effect. It has nothing to do with what you're reading about. Nothing.
Okay, will it go away eventually?
Maybe not unless you adjust the kind of pill you're on. That's why you need to call your doctor and talk to him about it. Okay?
Okay.
And tell your dad you need some tampons and some new C-cell batteries for the vibrator.
Got it.
Yeah, it's very upfront with the guy.
Yeah.
Dad, you going to the market? Are you going? Okay, well, as long as you're going. Oh, and I'm gonna need a tether ankle strap because I got lost. I got lost.
Do you remember
once.
the girls asking us anal sex question? Mom came on the phone.
Yeah.
Good night, honey. Good night, Mom.
Oh, my goodness.
Good night, Father McConaughey. Good night.
Yeah. It's like the
nice.
Waltons. The anal Waltons. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, guys. Bottom line, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline. The Dateline.
877-889-DATE.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
That's the show, everybody. I want to thank Antonio Sabato Jr. for coming in here and we had a good time. Tell everyone to watch The Help, which is on Friday nights on the WB 930. All right. I want to thank Engineer Anderson for doing a magnifico job all week long. I want to thank Brian for doing a fantastic job on the phones. Who else we got over there? Junior producer Lauren, producer Ann, and engineer Chris over here. Yeah, nice haircut, buddy. You'll get some for sure this weekend. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying, mahalo.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.